And, what we're seeing at the moment is the rise of, ESG and sustainability. And, one of the very big organisations I work for,
as you have translated all of that into so much learnings, and as you have now, you're doing consulting work with large organizations
and small ones,
and small ones,
and small ones,
and small ones, large and small ones, and they're across for-profit and for-purpose sector.
Yep.
What do you see specifically in the for-purpose sector in terms of their underlying values, how they're aligned?
I think it's really interesting. I love the Barrett model, which at the base are basically a Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So first level is sense of safety. Second is love and belonging. Third is being good enough. And then the next level is around what Maslow would call self-actualization, but Barrett calls transformation. Those bottom levels are all around me. The higher levels around, finding integrity, living your purpose and selfless service to humanity are all around we. And if you sort of think at the very top, at the seventh level, the values there are around future generations, looking after the planet, etc. And, what we're seeing at the moment is the rise of, ESG and sustainability. And, one of the very big organisations I work for is really grappling at the moment with net zero 2050 and targets by 2030. And it's an organisation that would never have in the past done
Plan
that.
For.
That their three core pillars was safety, reliability, and affordability. It's now safety, reliability, affordability, and sustainability. So it's interesting, and the world is shifting, and there are many organisations, big and small, that are really stepping into ESG and sustainability.
ESG is happening more of towards for-profit organizations, but from a for-purpose organization, when they are primarily there for delivering value and they are purpose-driven and they have some defined core values which are the constitutional objects they are there to deliver. And what kind of gaps you have seen?
What kind of
gaps?
Gaps
in terms of what their core purpose is and what the delivery models are.
Well, I think a lot of there's a really interesting one. Again, I tie it back to the Barrett model. So if you sort of think of a profit for purpose, what they are trying to do is a sort of level 6 and level 7 levels of consciousness, which is around living a purpose and making a real difference in the world. But you can't do that unless you've got really sound foundations around viability, really good relationships, and being really good at what you do. And so sometimes what you see is the gap between this desire to do something really amazing, but not having a focus on the bottom, things that make the organisation, sound and sustainable, so that it can do those things. So often you get, a leader who's got this huge vision about making a difference, but they're doing it on a smell of an oily rag without good relationships and not very good at what they do.